I think it was one of the most incompetently drawn deals I've ever seen. $150 billion given. We got nothing. We got nothing. They got a path to nuclear weapons very quickly. It's a very bad deal. I'm not saying anything different tonight that I have been saying for 2 years. It's a horrible, horrible embarrassment to our country. And we did it out of weakness when actually we had great strength.
All right, that was the president from our exclusive interview earlier this week talking about the disastrous Iran nuclear deal. Now, of course, that was put in place by the Obama administration. Earlier today, the president, he did announce he will not recertify that deal, and here's what he said.
While the United States adheres to our commitment under the deal, the Iranian regime continues to fuel conflict, terror, and turmoil throughout the Middle East and beyond. Importantly, Iran is not living up to the spirit of the deal. I am announcing today that we cannot and will not make this certification.
Finally standing up to the mullahs in Iran, the radical mullahs, and stopping this insanity of trying to bribe them to be part of the world community. Also, another big story we are watching tonight, an NFL spokesman says when team owners meet next week, the league is not going to put players or make them stand for the anthem. He said, quote, "What we don't have is a proposal that changes our policy. We don't have something that mandates anything." That's clear. Here with reaction to both these stories, we have the author of Defeating Jihad, the Make America Great Again Coalition chief strategist and former deputy assistant to the president, Sebastian Gorka, and civil rights attorney, Daryl Parks. Good to see you both. Daryl Parks, we're watching what's happening unfold with North Korea. Bill Clinton announced to the American people, this is a good deal for the American people. That's after he tried to bribe Kim Jong-un's father, Kim Jong-il, with billions of taxpayer dollars in energy. So bribing dictators didn't work then. Now Obama ups the ante. He's trying to bribe the mullahs in Iran with $150+ billion. And finally, this president said, you know what? We're not going to try and bribe you, knowing that you're not going to keep your side of the deal anyway. Isn't it time America stopped the policies of appeasement? Aren't you proud of the president today?
Well, you know, I think the president needs to look at it. I think we need to be concerned about Iran. The deal was a deal that certainly needed some scrutiny.
You think giving the mullahs in Iran $150 billion is a good idea?
Well, without question, now, my understanding that this money was money that they were going to get anyway. It wasn't like we gave them money. So I think that it's a type of deal that certainly.
We didn't have to give them a penny.
But was it really our money? Was it really our money, though?
Well,
or was it their money?
Why would you give a rogue regime? Let me play on the screen, by the way. I got it right now. Iranians burning American flags. Iranians burning Israeli flags, chanting, death to America, death to Israel. Let's put it up on the screen so that our entire audience can see this here. Yeah, okay. Burning our president in effigy and so on and so forth. Death to America, chanted by the crowds. Death to Israel. Really? Why would we ever give them a penny, Dr. Gorka? Why would we give them 1 cent?
Look, this is a theocratic dictatorship. Since 1979, Sean, this has been a dictatorship. Why would you have any deal with a dictatorship and give them money to make their dictatorship stronger? It didn't work in 1938 with Hitler. It didn't work with the Soviet Union when we signed a chemical weapons ban with them. They broke that ban before the ink was dry on the treaty. And it's not going to work with Iran. Look what's happened since then. They've escalated their involvement. They've been destabilizing the whole Middle East. And as you said, this is a nation that every Friday in the mosque calls for our destruction. The JCPOA made them more powerful thanks to President Obama. Thanks to people like Colin Kahl, thanks to Ben Rhodes. This is now a dead man walking, thanks to President Trump, because the deal has to have a stake driven through its heart.
No, I agree. Listen, I think it's proven in North Korea. The policies of appeasement didn't work for Neville Chamberlain. There wasn't peace in our time. It didn't work for Obama. It didn't work for Jimmy Carter. It didn't work for Bill Clinton. And this time, standing up to evil in our time is the only answer. All right, let me move on to the NFL. We don't have a proposal that changes policy. We don't have something that mandates anything. That's clear. NFL spokesman Joe Lockhart used to be Clinton's spokesperson. Really? So the NFL is going to continue this? They're going to take a knee? Daryl Parks, what do you think the American people are going to say to that if this continues?
Well, I think the American people are ready to move forward and move past this issue, Sean. I think the point has been made. We need to find a plan forward, though, that puts something in place to address the issues that the players and many people in the country are concerned about. So I, like many other football fans, are ready to watch football. I think we see the need and the issue that the players have presented. The issue is a good issue.
Roderick, the NFL is full of hypocrites. Let's be honest here. If you can't put a sticker on the Dallas Cowboys helmet after they assassinate police officers, Dr. Gorka, if you can't on the 15th anniversary of 9/11/01 put the date and never again on there, but you're going to allow these players to take a knee and protest the national anthem, you know what? The NFL is just a bunch of hypocrites, and no wonder they're losing in ratings and revenue and advertisers. Nobody wants to watch this, and yet they don't have the courage to enforce their own rules.
Sean, the NFL is committing slow political suicide. That's what they're doing. The president always gets it right when he goes with his instincts. He went with his instincts on killing the Iran deal. He's going with his instincts on the flag, on the NFL, on the anthem. Why? Because he's like, he may be a billionaire and the most powerful man in the world, but he's an American like us, and he knows Americans want people to respect the flag, they love our troops, and they want to respect the national anthem. If the NFL wants to double down, they will pay the price because the majority of Americans are not behind them, and market forces will dictate. This is political and economic suicide, NFL. But if you want to double down, go do it.
Daryl, if the anthem and the flag doesn't unite us, what will?
Right.
Sean, we haven't heard from the president one solution about dealing with the inequity issue that these players have presented. I think we need a solution from the president at some point.
If the flag that people died fighting under, if that doesn't bring us together, tell me what will. What will?
Well, Sean, that's the problem. We have plenty of African Americans who fight for the flag, but they don't get equality. That's the problem.
Weak, Daryl.
That's a problem we need to address.
We got to end it there. Thank you both. All right, when we come